I want to talk randomly and briefly about the only anime I actually like. Pay no mind to what's on the TV screen, that's totally unrelated. I have this thing where I like watching vocal coaches react to like metal bands and shit, like bands that they're not used to. This chick's okay. There's another one I like more. I think her name's Rebecca. Anyways, Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. I watched it a couple weeks ago. I bought the Blu-ray. I don't think it's on 4K. I could only find the Blu-ray. And it was the first time I had seen it in roughly a decade. Probably more than a decade. It was one of those movies that I seen when I was really young. And I remember worshiping it when I was young. And so I was curious. I was like, is this going to be one of those movies where you loved as a kid and then when you watch as an adult and you realize it's a piece of shit? That was not the case. The movie holds up. It's just as good as I remember it. The animation, it's not like, I hate Japanese style animation. This isn't as egregious. Like, the characters aren't too retarded looking. I also like the setting, the subject matter. I like the idea of the post-apocalypse, like Mad Max style, but with vampires. Has a very cool opening. I like the... what would you call it? The competition between the human vampires and D, the title character. There's an interesting dynamic between them. The villains are cool. I can't remember any of their names. There's the dude that can travel through shadows and cast spells. At one point, he captures D in a spell. A lot of great moments in it. The opening is great with all the crosses bending as a carriage is driving down the street. A lot of great little details like him kidnapping okay, well, I'm going to use spoiler alerts early here. Usually I'm late. Spoiler alert. The red herring villain, Meyer Link. For some reason I can remember his name, but hardly none of the others. Meyer Link kidnaps this girl at the very beginning of the movie, and there's a whole lot of really cool touches, like as this carriage passes by like a fountain, the water just turns to ice instantly. I mentioned the bending crosses. He breaks into her room, grabs her. There's a shot of a mirror in the back, and you just see her getting picked up. You don't see the vampire. A lot of cool touches. Yeah, visual touches, details. A lot of great details. But I got sidetracked. I was talking about the villains. The villains are cool. 2 of them. There's 3, we'll call them side villains. 4 if you count Meyer Link. The 3, they're the Barbaroi. They're kind of like mercenaries paid to protect Meyer Link. There's the chick that is basically the T-1000. She's like a mixture of the T-1000 and I don't know, the absorbing man from the Incredible Hulk. There's a fucking badass moment where the vampire hunters try and run her over, and she just fucking vanishes. She like gets sucked under their tank, and she does like a cool T-1000 thing where she fucking shoots spikes all throughout the fucking tank, fucking completely immobilizes it. And then she confronts D and gets her ass kicked. He doesn't kill her, but one of the other vampire hunters do. I don't think D only kills one of the Barbaroi. The cool shadow dude, he gets killed by one of the hunters also. The only shitty part of the movie is the last Barbaroi. We don't actually get to see D fight. It's weird. It's just a cut to D slicing him in half. There's like no fight. It's the werewolf guy. Which reminds me, the werewolf guy has a great moment though. I mean, he went out like the way he went out was shitty and lame, very anticlimactic, but he had a great moment on the bridge where the vampire hunters had, I don't know if it was C4 explosives. They had C4 explosives rigged all along the bridge that this carriage was supposed to cross. And the werewolf dude used like he had like Superman vision. He could see through shit. And so he jumps off the carriage, dives into the water, gets shot in the process. But he climbs up the fucking bridge and removes all the explosives. And it tricks the vampire hunter dude. Like the vampire hunter dude fucking tries to do like a, what would you call it? Like a suicide bomber death. Like he tries to do something badass. He jumps off the fucking bridge, hits a detonator, and finds out that all the fucking explosives are in the water as he's falling towards the water. It's great. It's a great moment. And then there's a cool villain swap. I mentioned earlier that Meyer Link's like a red herring. He's not actually the bad guy of the story. Well, it's debatable because vampires have like charm powers. Like they can make people fall in love with them. So it's debatable if he did that with the girl. This video is only going to make sense to people who have seen the movie. If you haven't seen the movie, I'm sorry for my rambling. None of this is going to make any sense to you whatsoever. It's debatable if he used his powers to make her fall in love with him or if she like just legit loves him. That part is debatable. Meyer Link as a character he's not a 2D character. He's not black and white. But near the end, he's not the real bad guy. It's Carmilla, Dracula's wife. She's trying to resurrect herself. She's doing all sorts of, mind trickery. It's her ghost or her soul that haunts the castle, and she's trying to bring back her physical form. D whoops her ass because he's the son of Dracula. And then it has like a really corny ending, like a super sappy. I'm not a fan of happy, sappy endings. I don't know what it is. I like dark, depressing, horrible endings that make you just want to kill yourself. I don't know what it is. I like dark, depressing endings. And everybody always gives me shit for it. They're like, why do you watch this crap? It sucks. Everybody dies in the end. Why can't you like happy endings? I don't know. They're just fucking sappy and corny. I don't like them. And that's another flaw of the movie. But other than that, and the way the werewolf Barbaroi guy went out, I don't have any complaints. I think it's a near perfect movie. The animation is great. Typically, you want to watch these movies in their native language, but with subtitles. But the English voice acting is fine. I ain't got no problem with it. Yeah, this is... Did I already make a video about this movie? I can't remember. Yeah, this is like the only anime that I love. And it's one of the only animes that I actually like. I hate 99% of them. The only other one that I think... Well, the original Vampire Hunter D is rough. But I can watch it. But it isn't anywhere near the sequel. It's not even close. It's not on par with the sequel at all. But it's fine, I guess. And Ninja Scroll. That's one I have to go back and rewatch. But I remember Ninja Scroll being pretty badass. And yeah, that's like about it for animes. As far as I'm concerned. Fuck anime. I hate it.